When I was a little boy, I remember just looking in the garage all the time at these cars, the great lines on them, just the way they looked. I couldn't stop looking at them, thinking one day I'll drive these cars. I was 6 months old when my father bought these cars, so they've been with us for all my life. One memory I have is when we were about 7 years old. We were so small, my father put both of us in the passenger seat and took us both in 3DPC. We both were so small, we fitted in the passenger seat and he took us both up the road in it. That's my earliest memory. I couldn't see over the windscreen, but I knew I was going fast. My father bought these cars in 1964, and I've often wondered, because he had twin boys, whether he wanted twin cars. The cars have lived in my father's garage for the last 50 years, so he's owned them longer than anyone else, longer than the factory ever had them. My father was a very genuine, likeable. He was fairly quiet and reserved, but he was very genuine. He was a total perfectionist in everything he did. Aston Martin's main rival in '54 was Ferrari, and they built this car to try and beat Ferrari. The schoolboys in the playground of 1954 would be really impressed at these magnificent cars. The fact that they were V12, 4.5 litre, over 300 brake horsepower and over 160 miles an hour. Of the DP115 project, only 2 cars were built.
Now an unusual car. Reg Parnell shows the Marquis Camden the works of the rarely seen V12 4.5 litre Lagonda, which has appeared on occasion at Le Mans. And now Reg Parnell takes our president out for some demonstration laps in the Lagonda, the car looking remarkably like a grown-up version of the 3SS.
The decision to sell these 2 cars has been very difficult. It's not been easy at all, because they've been part of the family for 50 years, and it's just, the cars, we've just grown up with them all our life. I hope the next owner enjoys them as much as we have done. It'd be great to see them racing again and to hear the roar of those engines. When I sit in these cars, the smell of the actual cockpit and the oil smell and the engine smell, you're just taken back. The emotions I feel is I have pictures of the cars in period when Eric Thompson drove them, and how fantastic it must have been to roar around Le Mans in that car at such high speed and such power. It's a time machine. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. It's so good to see them again. Got a lump in my throat.
Me too.
They've done an amazing job restoring them, particularly the attention to detail, and I like the fact that they've brought them back to how they were looking in period. I feel quite emotional because it's sort of tinged a bit with sadness, because if my father was here, he would be absolutely amazed at how, you know, what you've done to these cars, and to restore them to that detail. He would be absolutely amazed and very, very proud. Don't he imagine that they would be restored to that level. It's good to see that they're in good hands, and that they'll always be in good hands going forward. We wanted them to both to keep together. We didn't want to sell them separately. I think it's really important that they stay together, along with all the spares that my father bought off Jumbo Goddard.
Yes.
It was good that they all came back together.
This is Julian Reichman, who has masterminded the rest of it.
Oh, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, fine.
Yeah.
Nice to meet us.
It's been an emotional journey for us too.
Yeah.
Hours and hours of picking through photographs and just ensuring all the details are as close as we can get.
I mean, it's just absolutely incredible what's been done, and hopefully they'll stay together forever. You have no idea how many hours I've stood in the garage just looking at these cars. When I think back, you know, how long these cars were undercovers and in my dad's garage, and to see them now, having been restored, my father would just be in awe of them, and just standing here, he'd be so happy, pleased, and really proud of what you've done. And it's just so nice to see that. Really nice.
Well, thank you.
These cars are waiting now to make their British debut in this form for the first time since, I guess, 1954, 55, so what's that, 70 years?
Yeah.
Just down this road in front of Hampton Court. Let's go and show them to the public.